Today I'm going to show you how to create 5/4 polyrhythm in Ableton Live using the PolyTuplet Step Sequencer Max for Live device. Here I have an operator sitting in a MIDI channel with a simple waveform. I'm going to drag and drop the PolyTuplet Step Sequencer Max for Live device in front of it. And we're going to be just using two voices. I'm going to mute 3 and 4 or deactivate them. Voice 2 will have our 4 and voice 1 will have our 5. I'm going to bring this tempo down a little bit to 60 so we can really hear the rhythm clearly. And today our 4 will just be quarter notes. So that tuplet just means how many beats inside a quarter note basically. So we're just going to change this to 1. So that means 1 note per beat. And we'll do a 4-note pattern. We'll just keep these default notes in here. And our second voice will have our 5/4. I think the easiest way to think about this is there are going to be 5 subdivisions inside each quarter note, and we want to play every 4 of those. We can look at this PDF here. It comes from my Polyrhythm Notations and Studies reference book. Down at the bottom here, you can see an example of these quintuplets, these 5 subdivisions per quarter note. You can see the accents. That's where we want to play our notes in our sequence to get our 5/4. So these non-accented notes we don't want to hear in this case. So an easy way to do that is just use the probability feature in the sequencer. Let's make this a 20-note pattern, so that's 5 subdivisions per big beat. And I'm going to go back to the second voice for a second and just check the other parameters. Yeah, let's bring probability up all the way. Duration doesn't really matter so much because it's really being handled over here in the operator. But let's just set duration on everything to 100 milliseconds. And velocity, let's go with 100 also. We've got our pitch, we've got our probability. Okay, and voice 1, so we've got our quintuplets, our 5 tuplets, or subdivisions per beat. So to make every 4 happen, we'll set the probability to 0 in between every 4. So we've got 2, 3, 4, right? And last but not least, okay, that's probability. Duration, let's go again with 100. I think that should do it. And velocity, we'll set this to 100 as well. Where do we set the other velocity to? Oh, you know what? No, let's do, okay, voice 1, I'm going to do velocity 70. I think that worked out well. I tried this before. And this, yeah, 100 is cool. All right, so now just set the pitches for the first voice. I'm going to go with some things I was thinking about here. Let's see, C sharp. No, let's make it F sharp. F is cool. Get a little bit of a dissonant vibe happening here. All right, I think that's everything. We've got 4 pitches. We've got velocity's cool, duration, probability sets up our pitches to be played, and let's see what this sounds like. right, cool. See what it sounds like a little bit faster. So that's our 5/4 polyrhythm using the PolyTuplet Step Sequencer in Ableton Live. I'll put a link to the Max for Live device and the PDF too if you want to check that out in the description below. All right, take care.